Anyways, today is the best day because we're so tired. Because I'm about 50% here, 50% don't want to be here right now. So what better of a day? That was a weird sentence. What a great day to talk about thankfulness.
It comes up.
And maybe like a little shimmer at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like the light hit it.
Yeah, I want old school transitions from like your PowerPoint. You remember how you could like make it swirl in with a musical effect?
Yeah.
I used to do that in middle school, making my PowerPoints. Thankfulness.
Kids nowadays don't know what it's like to only have Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, and Microsoft Paint for everything.
And now we've got some of our students who make their own beats and everything and record it all on their phone.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah, thankfulness. It's a good one to talk about. Good thing to talk about. A good perspective to have. Especially on days when it may be you're tired, or if you're like, a few people like me had some stuff going on the last little bit. It's good to take a few moments and just be thankful. I feel like it points it like repostures your heart.
Yeah, I was trying to think about, because for the millions of fans out there, we don't really do a ton of prep work, if you can't tell, on some of these topics. But when you texted saying like, let's talk about thankfulness, I was like, okay, what can really be said?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows what thankful, like...
Totally.
It's something that Christian, secular, whatever, it's like across the board, people are aware of it. And so it's like, okay, well, what can I say? Is there any good nugget, a good nug of whiz that I can use? Like just some wisdom nuggets that I can sprinkle on this. And I was thinking like, so what is thankfulness? Like, what is it if I were to break it down and see it for the parts that made it up?
Okay.
I'd be like, well, thankfulness is a position of honor or a position of like reverence towards your current situation.
Yeah.
But it's a position of honor and reverence towards your current situation in comparison to where it could be. And so there's a part of...
Where it could be or where it has been, too?
Where it has been, yeah.
Okay,
like,
so
you've either seen it for yourself of like, oh, it could be worse.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for where it's
at.
at.
Okay, yeah.
But I also think that thankfulness requires... like on the other end of that, I think thankfulness requires to be humble. Humbleness. Yeah. I think if somebody has a hard time being thankful, if like you can look at your life and be like, I actually have a hard time being thankful, I would challenge you to think about, do you also have a pride issue in your life? Because somebody who is very prideful, who thinks really highly of themselves, probably has a hard time looking at their life and being like in reverence towards a God or in reverence towards where it could be, like. And so, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
well, thankfulness requires it requires humility to be able to, I think, really get into that point, and
which I think is why you see people who have gone through some of the worst things be the most thankful for their life.
Yeah.
Because it's been trained out of them to be like, hey, we're lucky to just be here.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I meant was like, if you don't have that in you to be like, hey, I'm lucky to just be awake today.
Yeah.
And have like full mobility over my legs. Like,
totally.
Not be like, why don't I have this? I deserve all this. I deserve this, that, and the other. Like, it's like, well, we need to realize that we don't actually deserve anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fun topic.
Yeah, it is a fun topic. No, I mean, I would say that there's like, when I'd ask people out there, like, when's the last time you actually sat down and went, yo, like, thank you for the ability to be able to just walk. Or thank you that I was able to eat breakfast this morning. Or all the little things that we take for granted, to just sort of stop and take a moment and really just, one, like you said, humble yourself, put yourself into the position of being like, I could not have any of the things that I've got, you know. I'm thankful that I do get to come here and do this today, even though I'm tired, and I'm
right.
You know, and I can let the tiredness and let the things that have been going on for the last, week hold me back from being thankful. Or I can humble myself, see it for what it is, and go, you know what, this is actually, like, I'm thankful for this. Like, I recently hurt my back, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago in the gym. And it was like a very big inconvenience, and it annoyed me. And I was out for like a week, and then I didn't really fully get back into some of the things that I really like to do until, the last probably month. And I remember in the middle of it just being like, I am so annoyed with this, and starting to just like be mad. And I was quickly reminded, like, Jacob, at least you can do some of the stuff, and you're not out for good. You're not out for forever.
Do you think, okay, so now from thankfulness to a position of like humbling yourself, or just being like, hey, it could be worse. Do you think that you have to either experience it firsthand or see someone else to be able to be humble? Like, are we able as humans to be able to, like, if you were never to experience not having any money in your bank account, and you were also never able to experience seeing anybody homeless or anybody less fortunate or anything like that, do you think we would still have a way of humbling ourselves in that regard? Or do you think it's a necessary part to experience?
I don't know. I mean, that's some like some like a book. Like, that reminds me of almost like a I don't know, what book am I trying to think of, where it'd be like these people who grew up in this castle, and then they realm, and then they have no idea of what's actually out there, that type of book. Okay. Like, do they understand what they're really thankful for? Like, I think to the extent that they know that you can be...
We can only be thankful to the extent of the worst of what we see.
Yeah, I mean...
Don't quote me on that. I don't know if that is right yet. Yeah. But I feel like that's something of like...
No, I feel like it's something too. Like, that and I would say this, I would almost go, it's not that you have to experience something to be... So I don't have to experience not being able to walk to be thankful for the ability to walk.
It just requires empathy.
It requires empathy. Like, it requires me going, yeah, I see that, and I see, like, someone else not being able to do it, so then I am thankful for the ability to do it. But I don't think I have to experience not being able to walk. I don't have to experience not...
I mean, now I'm just running in my mind trying to think of, like,
an example,
things that I haven't, like, man, I'm really thankful to have my eyelids.
Yeah.
It's like I've never seen or heard of or
anyone without eyelids,
or myself. Like, I've never known anybody who didn't have their eyelids. Just woke up and they fell off. But thank God that I have them.
Can you imagine? Not. I mean, your eyes would be so dry.
Yeah, you'd have to constantly be like,
I don't think you would. I don't think you'd be able to work your eyes. Your eyes wouldn't work. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You couldn't sleep.
No, it'd be a pain.
It would be a pain.
It'd be a real pain in the butt if your eyelids fell off, huh?
Somebody came in and took your eyelids.
Oh.
Oh. But yeah, I've never met anyone with it. You know what I mean? Without eyelids, but I'm thankful for it. But I think that to the extent of our understanding or whatever, there is.
Well, and I was just gonna say, I think that that's actually a beautiful testament of like God's creation being intended for community. Of like, you are actually made to be in a society of people or a village, or like you're meant to be a small part of a bigger whole. And part of the reason that is because you're meant to experience things and see things that you don't have for, like, you're meant to like see things because one, you're meant to share the gospel to people.
Yeah.
And two, it's like, I don't know, it broadens the horizon in which you can thank and glorify God.
Yeah.
It's like if you travel overseas.
Yeah.
It's like you really start to understand the luxury that it is to live in America and be like, wow, America rules. For the most part.
For the most part.
That's going to be the one thing that gets pulled out when I try and become president.
Is that?
It says here, in the middle of coronavirus, you said America rules.
This is the one thing that gets you in trouble for you
man.
running for office or being whatever later in life. And you call me and we're like 50 and you're like, oh, hey, Jacob, remember that time? And you have to like kill me because you got to kill me and Brendan to keep us quiet.
I have to kill both you and Brendan to keep you quiet.
So that we would know you've wiped it from the internet.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely going to happen. It 100% is going to happen when we're 50. Which is going to be sooner than I think, especially if I ask some of the high school kids at Counterculture who think I look 33 years old.
That was...
God. I haven't forgotten that.
You know who you are?
I'm youthful. Anyways. Yeah, I think it requires empathy. I think it requires you to experience either for yourself, like, which is part of the reason why we need to like
experience or see.
Yes.
But if you see it, you need to have empathy for it. That's the thing, because we could sit here and argue all day about people who probably see it still don't have empathy for it, so we probably do that. I mean, I know that we probably do that in our own lives every single day, where you might see something and, you know, we pass over it or we don't do whatever with it, and man,
dude,
taco tea, heartburn. Where we see you know, see stuff and then we don't have empathy for it, you know, and so like you got to see it, have empathy for it, but also at the same time, like experiencing it does make it much easier to be thankful for stuff later.
Well, and then there's a fine line of like, do you... One, it's not healthy for anybody to go out searching for it. Like, I don't think it's a good place to be spiritually, to be like, I'm going to go searching for things that are heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Or searching for things that are like hopeless. So just for like... And be like, well, I'm gaining empathy for these people. It's like, no, you're actually just like destroying and callousing your own heart. And then off that, it's like, are you surrounded so much by stuff? Like, how jaded are you to some of the things that you see? Like when I was in the big city, when I was in the Big Apple.
Big city.
When I was in the big city, I there's a lot of homeless people. And there's plenty of homeless people in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But it just like really caught my eye, and I was trying to, I was talking with some of the team over there. I was like, how do you guys not, I like holding in both hands, one, you can't fix homelessness in New York by yourself right now, today, this week. Like, it's just not going to happen.
We couldn't. There might be some people who are rich enough to do it.
Yes. Jeff Bezos. Can we hashtag this Jeff Bezos somewhere in it so maybe he sees it?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Fix homelessness.
You jerk. Just do it already.
Come on.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not Jeff Bezos. Or am I? I'll never tell. So I'm not, golly.
I just fought every piece of me to go off on that tangent. Yeah, every piece of me. I just had to fight it.
I'm not going to be able to stop homelessness from being an issue in New York while I visit there for 1 week.
Yeah.
But how do you live in that and live around that and constantly see it without getting a certain level of jadedness towards it? Like, yeah, it's just life. It's like, yeah, it might just be life right now, but it should always be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Seeing somebody who is like, just like, down.
Yeah.
In any way, broken. They're like spiritually homeless, like with their money or like whatever. Like, in whatever way there is poverty, it should always be heartbreaking to you. But how do you hold it as like heartbreaking?
Hold it in tension.
Yeah, being like, I can't fix this for everyone. I don't have enough money in my bank account, Jeff Bezos. I don't have enough money. But at the same time, I don't want to just use that reason to never be like
totally
jaded. And then the more jaded I get, the less thankful I actually am for my own benefit.
And it's a tension. Like what all Christianity is about is like sitting in the tension between two things and
yeah, man, it's just
holding it.
It sucks though. It's never fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But it's just like being Jesus to people in those moments whenever we can, and I think feeling led by the Holy Spirit to do those and to do in those moments, moment to moment thing, to day by day. But just to remember that I can't fix homelessness right now. Not yet. Not till
Jeff Bezos
comes in and gives you enough money to do it.
And instead of the big city right there, it's going to be
a picture of
owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos' face. It just kind of expands up.
He'll do it.
He'll do it. He's a whiz kid at that stuff.
He is. He's all up on them ones and twos. No, but I think that it's... I would think that... I don't even know what I was talking about. What was I saying?
Thankfulness requires humility, which requires empathy, which requires experience. And, but throughout our day-to-day, one, being thankful, I think one is just humbling ourselves enough to be thankful, but then also, but part of, being thankful is one, seeing where others don't have it or you do, or in understanding that, and in that, you just get to be Jesus throughout your day. There's this tension of what it is, I can't pay for every single person that I see because I don't have enough money to do that, But what I can do is be the living, be Jesus to them, be the living God to them. That's what I get to do because the Spirit lives in me, and that's what I can bring to people. Sort of that. So it's like that idea of, or it's the story of Peter and John. They were coming and walking in money. He's like, do you have money? He's like, well, I don't have any, but what I do have, I give to you freely. That idea. And then they just kicked open the doors to the temple.
Yeah.
They flipped their shades on.
Yeah. And it was like a very... explosions behind them. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
We don't have any money, but get up and walk.
Boom! I'm feeling the very...
Sick.
Like 80s buddy cop vibe from them. For sure.
And there's just like doves flying, like there's like pouring in, they kick open feathers everywhere.
They like scatter off. Oh, they just... It's slow motion scene.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So be thankful.
So be thankful. What is the process? So I'm trying to be thankful right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
Like,
what is the point A to point B kind of like...
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently living my life.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, hey, what are you thankful for?
I think the first place to start is just to, like, in the process of trying to be thankful for what you have and where you're at, is that it requires you to stop and to think and to kind of be like, whoa, I need to slow down. There's so many times that you can just go, and then weeks have gone by without you really thinking about your situation and what it is. And so I think the first step is stopping, taking an audit of your life, of what you've got and where the Lord has met you, what's been going on. And then I think from that, it just becomes a place of really just humbling yourself. And for me personally, whenever I find myself being like, man, I haven't said thank you in a while, just humble myself, say thank you. Like, I know that this is of you. I know this is what you've given me. And I try and it's kind of like what I try to do.
So the act of thankfulness requires a slowing down, a slow motion.
Yes. A slow motion.
Getting that in there. It requires a slowing down of your life and taking an audit of like, what do I have?
Yeah.
And then it also takes a realization of there is a very real possibility. Like, I'll talk with my roommate about this, of like, man, we are all like one really bad week away from being like totally, completely bankrupt, without a home, like living off the street, like desperate, doing anything we can to get by. Like, we really aren't that far away from it.
Yeah.
We're just like one condensed week of bad decisions away from it. It's like, we need to understand how lucky we are.
Yeah.
To just be able to like be. It's like, if you do enough homeless ministry, you do start seeing stories of like, yeah, I just couldn't afford, I got this one sickness, and now, it made it so I had to leave work for like a month, and then they wouldn't hire me back, and then by that point I couldn't actually keep up with the bills from the surgery, and then I had to buy medicine, and I had to move into a smaller, and then this happened, then I got robbed that next week, and I just can't get a job now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sounds like that could happen to literally anybody. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
And then I forgot the second thing I was going to say.
No, I mean, that's a good thing to think about. That, a lot of people who are homeless or whatever, that it's not like they were asking for it, and it's not like I would think that if we were to ask as many, like, ask everybody, is that what you wanted? They'd probably say no, And so, but to understand and I think it's just about understanding and putting yourself in other people's shoes. And
well, and I don't mean, also, side note, I don't mean to like I feel like homelessness is an easier thing to talk about.
Totally.
But I'm also like, there's plenty of people who like, there is like economic homelessness, and then there's spiritual homelessness that is far worse than any lack of money, and probably more people experience that than anything.
Yeah.
Looks like Brennan is over here freaking stomping some bugs.
But yeah, no, I agree. It is. Homelessness is an easy one for us to talk about on this, but you can, you can even take homelessness out and insert your health.
Right.
And that's one where, like, to the extent you can get sick and be sick and whatever.
Right.
And that's just a luck of the draw type thing.
I also think, and this is a different note, because all of the millions of people watching this are probably in high school.
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now, Jen, this is just a peer pressure tactic. And you can use this, any youth leaders out there, you can use this. Kids are very susceptible to peer pressure. If you can peer pressure them into loving God, then you should do it. But you know what's cool?
What?
you know what's a really cool quality to have as a high schooler? Just being thankful all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what is no fun to be around? Someone who's complaining about everything.
True.
The chillest person in the room is the most thankful. It's just like, hey, dude, I'm just happy to be here right now.
Absolutely.
Like, that guy I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
He is cool. That's how Jim answers every staff meeting. He's like, hey, I'm just happy to be here. I'm like, you're right, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here too. I got some coffee. I'm just chilling. I like my job. I'm just happy to be here.
Exactly.
It's nice.
It is nice. I enjoy it.
And that's a cool quality. And if you want to be cool, you got to be thankful.
There we go. You heard it here first.
Can that be the title of this?
Yeah.
If you want to be cool, be thankful.
Yes. I want to fit Cool Runnings into it somehow. Just because,
classic Disney flick that all the high schoolers are into right now. Cool Runnings.
If you haven't seen Cool Runnings, go watch it.
On a Jamaican bobsled team.
It's such a good movie. John Candy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Is he the only star in that?
Well, the bobsled team.
Of course, the bobsled team.
Sanka. What's his name? One of the guys' named Sanka.
But did they have any career after that?
I don't know, Dave. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Anyways, be thankful. Be cool runnings.
Be cool.
You want to be cool, and then parentheses runnings.
Yes.
Comma.
Yeah.
So here's the title. It says, if you want to be cool, parentheses runnings, comma, you gotta be thankful.
Yeah.
And then that little line, and then counterculture conversations.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
It's a little bit of a mouthful, but we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks. Have a good day.
Be sure to like and subscribe. And send something nice to me for my birthday. It's in a month.
Yeah.
Give me something nice. I'm going to keep reminding you every week. But do it.
All right. No, you're left.
Bye.